welcome back to my channel. So today is really just going to be a meet my horses video, or also like a little vlog. Since I'm free today, I just pulled up my camera and decided to record the meet my horses vlog, because we do have a few new faces around here. But yeah, anyways. Also, I do not know what's wrong with me today. This is like the third time I've tried to record this intro. I'm just like, I'm clearly sleep deprived. And I'm brain dead. But anyways, I will be explaining of why I've barely been posting any like horse content or anything, or like any edits. But okay, how do I say this? So obviously after the bonfire and the loss of Duke and Romeo, I was heartbroken for multiple days. I was probably heartbroken the entire week and the week almost after that. I don't know, it was like for a week or two, and I was taking the loss really hard. And I was blaming myself so much. But anyways, I just knew that I couldn't sit around and like grieve all day over this loss. I needed to I still had horses to care for. I still had to figure out what to do with the barn. I have my chickens, I have my dog. I still have things to do, and I can't grieve all day. So I obviously started looking at farms, and I boarded the rest of my horses at Wild Heart Stables, my friend's barn, my best friend's barn. No, not my best friend's barn, my sister's barn. After I found a Strideway and I wanted to buy it, well, I bid on it and I bought it. I won the bid, and then I texted the owner to ask when I could move in, because I kind of needed to move in pronto since I didn't want to take up all of my sister's space. I messaged the barn owner about me wanting to move in. I was like, hey, when can I move in? And she said, oh, I have to get some things ready, but I'll let you move in whenever. And I moved in, I think, on like 3 days after the barn, after the accident happened. And then, so I think on the 5th or the 6th, I moved in. And after that, I realized, I was like, unpack everything, and then it just hits me that I booked a vacation house for a week, and I just moved in. So yeah, a vacation really got in the way, and I didn't take any of my horses, of course, but I just went on vacation to Florida with some of my family and friends, and just to get my mind off of it too. It came up at like the perfect time, since I just needed to get my mind off of this loss. And then after I came back, I just came back yesterday, and I just am now filming this video. This is such a bad intro. Anyways, I'm just gonna start introducing you guys to horses now. So as you can see behind me, you can see a little Felipe's and Gray coat. As you can see, it's Beauty. Alright, she's being tired, she's being lazy, but this is Beauty. She is my 12-year-old, almost 13, Felipe's and Gray mare. Here, come on, you gotta get up, come on. There you go. Alright, I got her to stand up. She is still a little sleepy, but she is standing up. So where can I even start with this mare? Hi, baby. Beauty is my heart horse. Beauty is the actual best mare that I could have. She is really what started my horseback riding journey. I started leasing Beauty when I was 8 years old, and that's really how we clicked. I mean, I got on her a few days after I started leasing her, and then we immediately clicked. Like, she's just the best girl ever. I love her with all my heart. I really don't know where I would be without Beauty. She just means so much to me. I mean, I don't know what I would do without her. Anyways, with the lease deal, trainer ended up leaving my barn because she had to move. And I didn't really know what to do after that because she ended up taking the horse that I mainly rode. She took him with her. I think his name was Otto. And I had to leave. And I had to stop riding Otto because she took him with her, and I didn't really know what to do after she left. And then before she left, she mentioned one of her friends had Beauty, and she said she released out to him. She said that she released me out to him, to her. Sorry, But anyways, after I started leasing her, I leased her for a full year. And then when I turned 9, so on my 9th birthday, my parents surprised me with buying Beauty. And because they really saw how much we kept the first day I rode her, and that's really just how she came to me. I mean, I've had her for like my whole childhood. She just means so much to me. Like, I literally don't know what I would do without her. But we've just been a really good team ever since. We've been to nationals, we've done multiple shows together. I mean, I really started out my channel with her. It's just crazy, and I don't know what I would do without her. She just means so much to me. It's just Beauty, so yeah. And then next stop we have coming over here. And then next stop on my horses I own, this is Cody. My 3-year-old Cody boy. Cody is... This is my 7-year-old new forest pony. Cody is literally insane. Like, gosh, he is probably my most wildest horse ever. Gosh, he makes me, like, he is insane. He is literally the most, acts like he's green, like he is very green, but he is not. He is 7 years old, but he acts like he is 4, which kills me sometimes because he is just so hard to work with. There's just these days where he will not put up with anything I ask him to do, and I just can't rise him because he will not let me do anything. He's just a chaos. He's just full chaos. Yeah, I know, you're giving me a look. But he is just insane. I will hate him to my guts, and then I will love him with all my heart. But anyways, Cody is just such a crazy boy. I've had him for a while now. I got Cody when he was 5 years old. So I've had him for almost 2 years, and he just means so much to me. Even though he drives me insane, like every single day, because he will break everything and anything. He already has broken another rug, and I just bought like 3 new ones. Now I'm down to 2, so that's why he is not wearing his usual rug. His new one that I just bought, he already broke one, so you know, he's chaos. But anyways, I don't even know what to say about him. He's just this wild thing. What the? I literally don't know how I put up with this boy like half of the time. I got him when he was 5 years old, and then now he's 7. I've had him for 2 years. I got him right after I got Beauty, like a few months after I got her. I got him from not an auction, but I got him from being dumped. What in the? Okay, if my legs do that, it's just a glitch. I got Cody from one of my trainers on my old barn. She just couldn't keep him anymore because he was insane. I mean, I would see him probably throw off a bunch of kids like 4 or 5 times a day. Even advanced riders couldn't handle him. I mean, really no one could ride him, like just his trainer half of the time. That's because Cody did Western, and they were trying to train him to be a bear racer and no longer an English rider because my old barn wanted to also have Western to get more kids to go to it, and he was just not having it. Okay, my legs keep on doing that. After the trainer finally realized that Cody was not fit to be a Western horse, I took him in. I mean, like, she literally came up to me the next day after I think she had a really bad fall on him, and she just came up to me and said, I can't deal with him anymore, will you take him? And I was like, yes. I just took him home. I mean, I let him settle in, and then I switched to English, and what do you know? He literally was a dream. He was just spooky. Anyways, after I brought him home, he was just a dream on English. And that woman was just way too quick to judge. I mean, yeah, you want a Western horse, and don't have a perfectly good 5-year-old switch to Western. Like, that's a big change, and obviously he didn't like Western. He was not putting up with it for like a year. But anyways, that's how I got Cody. I mean, now he's just a part of the family. I can't get rid of him. Even if I had to, I would just find a way to not get rid of him. I mean, I love him so much. He's a pain in the butt, but sometimes I just deal with it. He's skittish, but you know, he's definitely toned down. He's calmed down now that I've ridden him multiple times, and he just knows. Yeah, he's crazy. I'm falling off of him really badly multiple times, but I'm recovering from that, and we're good now. He was just it was something that I couldn't do, you know, he was being spicy that day. So yeah, that is Cody. And next up we have Mr. Dapples boy. He is right now sleeping, of course, but that's him, he's there. But anyways, Dapples is my 7-year-old Dapples Gray Andalusian. I got Dapples when he was 5 years old from the auction, and Dapples was almost underweight. He was like 5 to 10 pounds underweight, but he really wasn't that bad. He was a little lame. I think in his right front leg, I bit on him and I won. I still question myself of why I bought him. It's not because of a bad reason, but I can't really remember why I got him. I mean, I had Beauty, I had Cody, and I didn't really need another horse. I can't remember why I bought him. I mean, I bought him, I guess I went to an auction one day, and I don't really know why I bought him. He's really a mystery, and Dapples originally was a dressage horse too, so I don't know why I bid on him. I mean, he was originally a great dressage horse. He was amazing. And I don't know, he's like, I don't know why I got him. It wasn't a bad reason, but like, it was so out of the blue. I mean, I came to the auction to just look, which, I mean, come on. I like never go to an auction to just look clearly. I mean, look back at my other posts and at past posts I've made in my community posts, and you will see that going to an auction to just look never actually happens. I felt bad when I bought Dapples because, I mean, I was kind of taking away, I was wasting his talents for dressage because, I mean, I guess originally I was gonna try dressage and I wanted to find a good dressage horse, and I guess I found Dapples, and I mean, I found him, and even though he was lame, like 2 months after I bought him, I rode him in a dressage saddle, and he did great. And then we did 2 more months of training, and then we went to a dressage show with, I think, Dapples and Beauty. And then, I mean, of course, with Beauty, we placed like second in the beginners jumping, and then with Dapples, we didn't even place. I mean, I did horrible in dressage. We didn't even place at all, and we have 2 dressage classes and both of them were with Dapples, and I didn't place them either. And after we got home, I praised him because he did great. I was just the one that wasn't good at dressage, and after those dressage fails, I never did dressage again, and I immediately turned Dapples into a eventer. And I mean, that's how he came here. I mean, I don't really know, even if I tried to keep him as a dressage horse, I feel like it would have just been a huge fail, and he would have just ended up being a jumper horse anyways. But I mean, that's Dapples for ya. And are you gonna wake up, buddy? Come on. I don't know if he's gonna get up. He's had a long day. Oh, he is. Good. I don't really know. It's not morning, but it's afternoon. Good afternoon, buddy. Are you up? Yes, you are. Good morning. Hi, buddy. But that's him. I mean, I love him so much. He's the cutest thing ever. I guess that's Dapples for ya. His story is kind of short than the others. I mean, he's an auction horse. I don't have too much to say about him. I don't have much to say about Dapples. He's the cutest thing ever. I love him so much. And I mean, I'm just glad he's here. And I am glad that I'm not doing dressage with him. And then coming over here is my horse, Deli. Hi, buddy. Boy. Yeah, thank you, so Deli is my 5-year-old, dark bay Welsh pony. He is actually a little bit more taller than a pony, but he's like, I think 14.3 hands. He's almost 15 hands, so he's like just under the height of a pony. But he's the shortest horse I own. He is insane. I mean, him and Cody, if you put him and Cody in the same pasture, they would literally probably break down one of their little houses. They would literally break down the fence. I mean, they are insane. They've broken down so many stuff. He has already ripped up a rug, so that's why he's wearing this rug, Cody's rug, and luckily I have a matching fly mask, but he is literally insane. I don't know what to do with him. I mean, like, I just kind of have to leave him alone in his own pasture, because if he's paired up with anyone, he is actually crazy. I just don't know how I deal with Deli 90% of the time. I mean, he is like pretty spicy. He bucks, he kicks, but it's really rare, honestly. If there's something he doesn't like, if his jump is like too high or something, if he sees a jump that's like over 97 centimeters, or like over 2'6" or 2'7", he will actually kick and or like refuse or something because he will not put up with that jump, and he is crazy. Like, I just don't know how I do it. I don't know how I dealt with him. I have no idea how. I got Deli at the end of 2023. I mean, I got him as a Christmas present. And I got him, he is turning 6 years old this year. I can't remember when he was born. I need to look way back. But he's 5 years old. Gosh, I don't know how I put up with him. I got him right when I was about to have a show. And even though it was so fast and quick. I mean, I had a show coming up and I needed one more horse. And it was like, hey, why not have Deli and Alfie come with me? I mean, Alfie wasn't new, but, you know, I brought Deli to that show and he really did amazing. And now, again, he is my little pony. He's just a lesson pony. He does a bunch of jumping. He just does small jumps. He does like 80 to 90 centimeters, and then he does to 3-6 jumps. And gosh, Deli, I don't really know much about Deli. I mean, I got him for Christmas. I don't really know what else to say after that. He is just a really sweet boy. But he's just crazy. Oh my gosh, I don't really know what to say about him because I don't really know much about him besides him being a psychopath. But, you know, with him settling in, he settles in pretty well. I mean, he did not like having to share a pen. He did not like having to share a barn with all these other horses at Wild Heart Stables when I was still trying to move it into Strideway. It's so hard to describe Deli because I like know nothing about him. I mean, I got him for a Christmas gift. He's almost 15 hands. He's like 14.2 hands. He jumps decent. I mean, he was supposed to be either barrel racer or just like a fair pony, I think. And then he somehow ended up, and then I guess one of my family members ended up buying him, and one of my family members, I feel bad that I don't have much to say about him, but he means a lot to me, and I feel like I love him very much. He has done so great when he first came here, and he still does really good, so I guess that's Deli for ya. And next off, we have sweet old Alfie boy. And Alfie does look a little bit more different than when you guys last saw him, and that's because the barn I boarded the horses at, they had certain people take care of my horses. So like they had their stable hands take care of my horses, and the stable hands who were taking care of them decided to put so much, like they put like 10 or 15 pounds on to Alfie, and he looks a lot bigger now. He looks a little more chunky, but he's really cute. I mean, he's on a diet now. It's not bad. He can still be ridden, but I mean, it's just, I wanted to point that out in case if you think that I am overfeeding him, which I'm not. I would never do that. But anyways, Alfie is my 15-year-old white thoroughbred, and I got him a long time ago. I got him when he was 14 years old. I think when he just turned 14, I got him, and it was between, I think it was for my next jumper or eventer, and it was between this horse named Romeo, who was a chocolate Hanoverian, and between Alfie, and I for some reason made a poll about it. I might be able to put it on the screen for you guys, but I for some reason made a poll about it to have you guys decide, and I don't know why, because like I would take your guys' judgment seriously, but like, I don't know how I would do that, because like, what if you guys chose Romeo, and I remember I didn't really like Romeo as much, so like, I don't know why I made that poll, but I made it, and I guess the poll came down to choosing Alfie or something, but I mean, Alfie came here. He's such a sweet boy. He is like a gelding version of Beauty. I mean, like, he can really tell if you're anxious or something. He's like a therapy horse or something. I always joke of how he's a therapy horse and how much he cares for everyone. One time I was riding him in a lesson, and I think we were just cantering in the field, and I think I was nervous because it was after my fall with Cody, and I was scared to jump again, and it's like he felt that I was nervous and he refused to jump. And Alfie doesn't normally refuse jumps. I mean, he is very confident, and he will usually goes over the jump, and he refused because it's like he knew that I was anxious, and then I did some walking around, and then when he felt like I was ready, we went over the jump and we nailed it, and that's what I love about him. He's just very understanding. He's just always held a special place in my heart, and I love him so much. Don't die, boy. He's just so sweet. Aren't you so sweet? Aren't you? I love him so much. Yeah. Oh, don't get your... Okay, you guys rock during now. You kill me, buddy. No, don't roll again. Okay. Even though Alfie is 15, he has a mischievous side, and I don't know what I will do when I retire him. I won't stop riding him, but I will probably retire him from like doing shows and jumping and stuff, and I might just have him, well, when I retire him, which I will know when I have to retire him, he will live out most of his days in the pasture, and then I might do small jumps with him. He might retire to be a lessing pony, or a lessing horse. I don't know what I'll do with him, but I will still ride him. I could never like stop riding him. He means so much to me. But if I do have to, I will stop. But retirement for him hasn't come yet, but he acts like he's 7, but he's 15. He acts like he's newly green, but he's very full of himself. He's very energetic. But I guess that's Alfie for you. I don't have much to say about him, but I adore him. He holds a sentimental place for my heart, and I love him so much, and I guess that's Alfie for ya. And next up, we have Miss Maggie. Maggie is a 10-year-old Tobago cob, and Maggie is a lesson horse. Really, she's Layla's horse, but Maggie is a lesson horse at our barn, and I feel she is like the cutest thing ever. I adore Maggie, and I wish I could have her for myself. Like, she's the cutest thing ever. I really wish I could have her for myself, but I can't buy her. I can't do anything like that. She's here to stay, but she's definitely a fan favorite at our barn. Maggie came to Layla when she was 9 years old. So about a year ago, Layla got a call from a rescue shelter and saying that they had a 9-year-old cob that they found, and they were like, hey, can you take her in? And she accepted the offer, and it was all off the blue too. I still remember her messaging me that day saying how random it was and of how crazy it was for somebody to just call up her and ask if they wanted this cob. It was just so out of the blue and so random. And by the way, Layla didn't even know these people. She didn't even know the rescue at all. It's like they picked a random phone number from their contacts or something, and then they gave it to the person if they accepted Maggie. When Layla brought Maggie home, Maggie didn't have a name. I mean, Maggie's name, like, it didn't even say a name on her records. It just said to be, Cobb, 9 years old, mayor, and she had no name. So she decided to name her Maggie, and she put her into training for, I think, jumping, just like at least, I think, 40 to 60 or 70 centimeters. And I mean, I don't know what it is with Maggie. I just adore her. She's like the cutest thing ever, and I love her so much. Like, I don't know what it is with her, but I love her so much. I wish I could ride her a bunch. And Layla is definitely not sure about Maggie, because Maggie has been not the best lesson horse lately. Yeah, she's a nice girl, but she has been a little sassy lately. It's been a little hard to trust her for lessons, so we don't know if she's gonna stay in the lesson program. I am already looking at lesson horses is to possibly lease or buy in case if this keeps on happening. Really, Maggie has just been sassy. She's just been really moody. She's been refusing and kind of kicking and bucking a little more often than she used to. We don't know what it is. We think it's just sensitivity, or we really don't know how. It just came up one day. We're gonna take Maggie to the vet tomorrow or Monday, so we'll see how that goes. But I mean, I don't know how long she's gonna stay in the lesson program, and I don't know what Layla's gonna do with her if she leaves the lesson program. So I'll give you updates on her, and I'll let you guys know if anything happens. Maggie's a mystery. I mean, she was doing really good, and then one day she just kind of, I don't know, got like sassy and stuff. She's kind of definitely, it's just shocked us so much of how she like got this like sass in her, and now I don't really know of what's gonna happen to her. Obviously she's not gonna leave the barn. If she leaves the lesson program, we're just gonna pull her out of it, and I don't know what Layla's gonna do with her after that. So I guess I'll give you guys updates on Maggie, but I love her so much. She's such a sweet girl, and Cobbs just now holds a special place in my heart. I mean, Duke was a Cobb, and he held a special place in my heart. I don't know. I adore Cobbs. They mean so much to me. And yeah, that's Maggie. And next up, we have Jax. Jax is an 8-year-old lesson pony who you guys might remember because I made a little shorts vlog on him. Go check that out, by the way. Anyways, Jax is a little cheeky pony. He's he's only like 14.1 hands, and he's pretty small, and I wrote him in the shorts vlog I made, but we just went to the vet today, and he was told that I am over the 20% weight rule to be riding him, and it saddens me. Most of the time, if I wanted to ride a pony, I would be over the 20% rule, so I couldn't ride ponies as often. And Jax was one of the only ponies I can ride, and now I can't anymore. It really saddens me. I mean, Jax is adorable, and I can still lunch him and stuff, but it bums me. Jax was like one of the only ponies I could ride, and I mean, I was so happy that I could ride a pony, but it's for his safety, and it's a sad thing that happened. But anyways, with Jax came into Layla's life. No. Jax became a lesson pony by us. We were really looking for lesson ponies. I mean, a lot of young buyers were coming here and we had pretty tall horses and we just needed a lesson pony, and then we found Jax and he was the perfect fit. At the time I could ride him, and I mean he did great. I mean we literally just popped over some jumps, really small ones, but he does great. I mean he jumps like 40 to 60 centimeters, and I don't know, he's adorable, he's cute, he's cheeky. He can be a little spicy sometimes, but if you lunch him before your lesson, you'll be fine. And he'll just go smoothly the entire lesson. I don't really know what to say about Jax. He doesn't have too much story behind him, and there's not really much to know about him. I don't know him as well as Layla does, but I don't know. Jax is he's a cute little pony that hangs out at the barn. You know how ponies are. I mean, before I found out I couldn't ride him anymore, I rode him in XC, and I probably fell off like 4 times in that course. I mean, I fell off twice in the water, and I was completely soaked by the time our lesson ended. Now I lunge jumps with him. I sometimes do free jumping, and yeah, he can get pretty crazy, but I adore him. I love him a lot. He means a lot to me. Not many of our kids ride him because some of them are over the 20% rule, and really they are just also not at the level they need to be riding Jax. He's still very loved here. A lot of the lesson kids ride him who are younger, and you know, it's definitely not that bad, but I feel like Jax, I'm bummed that Jax doesn't get ridden much because then he just kind of lives his sides in the pasture. But I still adore him, and I don't know, he's a cute little chunky pony, and I guess that's Jax for ya. And then finally we have Cash. Cash is a 10-year-old lesson horse, and he is I think 15.1 or 15.2 hands, and his backstory to getting here is honestly kind of sad, but before I tell you that, let me tell you about Cash. So, Cash is definitely a little spooky. I mean, he has a lot of trauma with him, so he spooks at things. So most of our intermediate or riders who know how to handle him ride him. Me and Layla mostly ride him too, just because he can spook at small things. I mean, he can spook at really anything really, but he spooks at like I don't really know what he spooks at, but he spooks at like, I guess, poles falling really. He spooks at like loud noises. So with Cash's backstory, I was involved in that trauma, but I didn't cause it. But okay, how to explain this? So when Cash was 7 years old, he was a Western horse. I mean, he was supposed to be a Western horse. He was a pretty good Western horse, and he was pretty well trained. He gets some shows and barrel racing and all that stuff. And then his owner just woke up one day. Okay, I'm not kidding. It's like they literally just woke up one day, and I guess they got a new saddle or something, and it was an English saddle, and they decided to put that saddle on him. And I mean, they put the saddle on him, they put a bridle on him, an English bridle, they put their English tag on him, and they got on. And obviously this person has literally never touched English tag before, because I think they tightened it like way too tight or something. And he absolutely bolted. I mean, he was an actual nightmare to ride if you were on him. He was an actual nightmare, and I remember I visited that barn because Layla kind of knew the person in a way, because she used to go to that barn, and at that barn she used to go to coming back from our field. And when you come back to the field, you see the outdoor arena, and we just see the trainer on Cash get like bolted, and that trainer fell off probably 7 times that lesson, and we see them just get bolted, and they get almost ran over. I mean, like, Cash goes out of control. He's bucking, he's kicking, and he was obviously uncomfortable. We got off our horses and we went over there to go check on the trainer, and the trainer literally, like, they have a black eye and they have some really bad bruises, and the trainer, like, doesn't say anything to us. They literally just look so mad, and we're like, we're gonna take care of him. We'll just go call, like, go find a first aid kit, and if it's really bad, we'll take you to the hospital. And we got Cash settled, and the next day when we come back, we find the trainer. They have an ice pack, and then apparently they broke their arm or something, or like they did something to their arm because they had like a cast or a sling on it, and they walked up to us with Cash. They called us over there and they were with Cash, and they straight up said to us, I can't deal with this horse anymore. I need you to take him. Like, I'm not dealing with him anymore. He's a psychopath, all that stuff. And we didn't even get to answer the question, and the trainer just handed us the reins, and they're like, I'm gonna give you his food and like anything he needs, and just, you're taking him. I'm not dealing with him anymore. And we didn't even get to like say yes or no. I mean, they just flat out handed the reins to us, like, forcefully, like the kind of you can't say no deal. And we took the reins, and they got him situated in the trailer, and they just like, they gave us a bunch of stuff he needed, and they closed the trailer, and then we just kind of had to go home. And it was like the weirdest day ever. We both felt so bad for Cash, and Cash was like at least 15 or 20 pounds underweight. We brought him home. I was like, I'm gonna go talk to that trainer tomorrow, and we spent the whole day we gave him a bunch of food. We gave him his own pasture, and he settled him fine. I mean, he literally was completely fine the entire day. And then the next day, I go over to talk to the trainer. I'm like, why did you dump him like that? Like, they practically dumped him with no shame. And I was like, why did you do that? He didn't deserve to be dumped. Like, he's not a psychopath. You just, like, he's 7. You threw on an English saddle on him for the first time. Of course he's gonna freak out. You tightened the girth way too much. He was uncomfortable, and like, this trainer was like, no, he's a psychopath. And we argued about him for like 5 minutes. They just said, like, no, he's like, I'm not gonna deal with him anymore. I've dealt with him way too much. I've tried to own him, and I have other horses, so it's not like. They practically replaced Cash. Like, they said, I found a better horse than Cash. Like, seriously, I don't need Cash anymore. I'm making you keep him. I'm not accepting him, and if I do take him, that I'm gonna dump him again. And I just couldn't let them happen. I left that day, and I just come home, and I tell Layla that they're not accepting him back, and they literally don't care. I mean, they still replaced him. It kills me of what he's been through. Cash did not deserve that at all. And at least a month after we brought him home and he gained the weight he needed, we did Western on him. He did amazing. Cash is he's so much healthier. He's so much better. It's a sad way to end off the video, but I had to do it. That's how I ended off the video. I wish I could go to that trainer and show them of what they're missing out on, of how much we changed. cash, because he's now a dream. Like, oh my gosh, he's a dream. He's amazing, and we all love him so much. But that's really the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching until the end. Please click like and subscribe. As I'm recording this, we're almost at 1,200 subscribers. Go subscribe. It would mean a lot to me, and I love you all so much. Bye. Anyways, I really got an all-rounder jumper.